Welcome to Business Studies for SS1 at Light Tech Academy. Today we do revision and WAEC Past Questions for Business Studies. This revision lesson covers all major topics studied in SS1 Business Studies, with a focus on WAEC examination patterns, question types, and key concepts that commonly appear in WAEC Business Studies examinations. Section A, Forms of Business Organization. Key points to remember. Sole proprietorship, one owner, unlimited liability, greatest risk, personal assets at stake, easy to set up, register with CAC, all profits to owner, no legal separation between owner and business. Partnership, 2 to 20 partners, Nigeria, governed by Partnership Act, partnership deed sets out terms, capital, profit ratio, duties, unlimited liability for general partners, jointly and severally, types, general, management plus unlimited liability, sleep-in, no management, unlimited liability, limited liability, cannot manage, must have at least one general partner. Private limited company, Ltd 1 to 50 shareholders, limited liability, greatest advantage, separate legal entity, Salman v. Salman 1897, formed under, 2020 with CAC, More plus Away plus Certificate of Incorporation. Public limited company, PLC shares offered to public via NGX, Nigerian Exchange Group, formerly NSE, needs prospectus filed with SSCE, ordinary shares, voting rights, variable dividend, highest risk, last paid on winding up, versus preference shares, fixed dividend, usually no vote, paid before ordinary. Cooperative societies, one member one vote, surplus by patronage, dividend on purchase, types, consumer, producer/agricultural, credit and thrift, most common in Nigeria, marketing, service, minimum 10 members, register with State Registrar of Cooperatives. Parastatals, established by Act of Parliament, government-owned, separate legal entity, accountable to supervising ministry, examples, CBN, NAFDAC, NNPCL, FAN, NPA, NCC, NDDC, advantages, essential services, national security, disadvantages, inefficiency, corruption, overstaffing, privatization managed by BP. Section B, Business Finance. Internal, personal savings, cheapest, retained profit/plowing back, most important for existing companies, sale of assets, depreciation provision. Short-term external, bank overdraft, most flexible, interest on overdrawn amount only, repayable on demand, trade credit, buy now, pay later 30 to 90 days, free short-term finance, factoring, sell trade debt at discount for immediate cash. Medium-term, bank loans, most common for SMEs, collateral required, hire purchase, ownership after final payment, leasing, use without owning, operating or finance lease, government grants/loans, BOI, BOA, SMEDIN, CBN AGSMEIS. Long-term, share capital, permanent, dilute ownership, debentures, fixed interest, creditors not owners, mortgage, secured on property, venture capital, crowdfunding. Section C, Stock Exchange and Financial Markets. NGX, formerly NSE regulated by SEC, stockbroker equals licensed professional, clients cannot trade directly, functions, mobilize savings, long-term capital, liquidity, price discovery, government borrowing, economic barometer, corporate governance. Money market, short-term T-bills, government, 91/182/364 days, sold at discount, safest, commercial paper, bankers' acceptance, call money, repos, CBN open market operations. Capital market, long-term primary, new securities, IPO, rights issue, versus secondary, existing securities, NGX. Bull market equals rising prices, bear market equals falling prices. Section D, Banking Services and E-Banking. Accounts, current, check, no interest, overdraft, business, savings, interest, no check, limited withdrawals, fixed deposit, lump sum for fixed period, highest interest, cannot withdraw early without penalty. Domiciliary, foreign currency, protects against naira depreciation. E-banking, internet banking, mobile banking, USSD, *737# GT Bank, *901# Access Bank, ATM, POS, NIP, instant payment, most popular, NEFT, RTGS, or high value. Fintech, Nigeria equals Africa's largest fintech hub, Paystack, acquired by Stripe 2020 $200M, Flutterwave, Unicorn $3 billion plus, Opay, Kude Bank, digital-only neobank, PiggyVest, Carbon, AI lending. Section E, HRM and Industrial Relations. Recruitment, job analysis, job description, duties/responsibilities, plus person specification, Rogers 7-point plan, internal, cheaper, faster, motivates, versus external, fresh ideas, larger pool, expensive. Training, induction, first for new staff, on the job, coaching, mentoring, job rotation, apprenticeship, off the job, lectures, workshops, e-learning, college courses. ITF, companies with 25 plus employees pay 1% of payroll. Wages and salaries, wages, manual, hourly/piece rate, salary, professional, monthly, fixed, commission, percent of sales, federal minimum wage equals N70,000/month, July 2024. Payroll deductions, PAYE tax, FERS, pension, employer 10% plus employee 8%, Pension Reform Act 2014, NHIS, NHF, 2.5%, NSITF, union dues. Trade unions, NLC, umbrella, TUC, collective bargaining, collective agreement, industrial actions, strike, most powerful, go slow, overtime ban, lockout, dispute settlement, negotiation, conciliation, a neutral third party, no imposed decision, mediation, arbitration, binding, NIC/IAP, adjudication, NIC court. Section F, Business Ethics and CSR. Ethics, honesty, fairness, transparency, labor rights, customer protection, no corruption, EFCC, ICPC. CSR triple bottom line, profit plus people plus planet. Stakeholders, internal, shareholders, employees, managers, versus external, customers, suppliers, government, community. CSR in Nigeria, MTN Foundation, Dangote Foundation, Tony Elumalu Foundation, Oil Companies Community Development. Sample WAEC questions with answers. Q1. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a sole proprietorship? A. Unlimited liability. B. Separate legal entity. C. Sole management. D. Small capital. Answer. B. A sole proprietorship does not have a separate legal entity. The owner and business are one and the same. Q2. The document that defines the company's relationship with the outside world is A. Articles of Association. B. Memorandum of Association. C. Certificate of Incorporation. D. Prospectus. Answer. B. The Memorandum of Association, MOA, defines the company's relationship with the outside world, name, objects, share capital. Q3. Which of the following is the most flexible short-term source of finance? A. Trade credit. B. Bank overdraft. C. Fixed deposit. D. Debentures. Answer. B. Bank overdraft is the most flexible as it can be used as needed, only interest on amount overdrawn. Q4. In Nigeria, the stock exchange is regulated by A. CBN, B. NECO, C. SSCE, D. CAC. Answer. C. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is the apex regulator of Nigeria's capital market. Q5. Which type of preference share accumulates unpaid dividends? A. Non-cumulative. B. Convertible. C. Cumulative. D. Participating. Answer. C. Cumulative preference shares accumulate unpaid dividends, which must be paid before ordinary shareholders receive anything. Q6. The first training given to a new employee is called A. For apprenticeship. B. Induction. C. Job rotation. D. mentoring. Answer B. Induction, orientation, is the first training that introduces new employees to the organization. Q7. Industrial arbitration in Nigeria is handled by A. NLC or B. or National Industrial Court, C. CAC, D. First. Answer B. The National Industrial Court, NIC, handles industrial disputes and labor arbitration in Nigeria. Exam tips. 1. Know the differences between the forms of business. WAEC often asks for specific characteristics, advantages, or disadvantages. 2. For company formation, know the documents, MOA, AOA, Certificate of Incorporation, and their roles. 3. Know the difference between internal and external sources of finance, and short-term versus long-term. 4. For industrial relations, know the types of industrial action and dispute settlement methods are in order. 5. For ethics/CSR, know real examples of CSR in Nigeria, MTN Foundation, Dangote Foundation, Tony Elumelu Foundation. 6. Always read questions carefully, which is not questions are common traps. 7. Practice past questions under exam conditions, time pressure, no notes. Remember, forms of business, sole proprietorship, 1 owner plus unlimited liability plus no separate legal entity plus easy to form partnership, 2 to 20 partners plus partnership deed plus unlimited liability for general partners private Ltd, 1 to 50 shareholders plus limited liability plus 2020 plus more plus AOA plus certificate of incorporation public plc, A shares to public on NGX plus prospectus plus ordinary shares versus preference shares cooperative, 1 member 1 vote plus surplus by patronage plus types, consumer plus producer plus credit and thrift equals most common. Parastatals, Act of Parliament plus government-owned plus CBN plus NAFDAC plus NMPCL plus BPE manages privatization business finance, internal, personal savings plus retained profits equals most important plus sale of assets plus depreciation short-term external, bank overdraft equals most flexible plus trade credit equals free plus factoring medium-term. Bank loans plus hire purchase plus leasing plus government grants BOI plus BOA plus CBN AGSMEIS long-term, share capital plus debentures plus mortgage plus venture capital plus crowdfunding stock exchange, NGX regulated by SEC plus stockbroker equals licensed. Agent plus functions, mobilize savings plus long-term capital plus liquidity plus price discovery plus government borrowing plus economic barometer money market, T-bills plus commercial paper plus call money plus repos equals CBN open market ops capital market, primary equals new securities plus secondary equals NGX banking, current, no interest plus overdraft, plus savings, interest plus limited withdrawals, plus fixed deposit, highest interest plus cannot withdraw early, plus domiciliary, foreign currency e-banking, internet banking plus USSD plus ATM plus POS plus NIP instant payment fintech, Nigeria equals. Africa's largest hub equals Paystack plus Flutterwave plus Opay plus Kuda Bank plus Piggyvest plus Carbon, HRM, recruitment, internal versus external plus training, induction plus on-the-job plus off-the-job wages, manual plus variable versus salary, professional plus fixed monthly federal minimum wage N70,000, July 2024 PAYE plus pension, employer 10% plus employee 8% trade unions, NLC plus TUC plus collective bargaining plus strikes plus conciliation plus arbitration, binding NIC ethics and CSR, honesty plus fairness plus EFCC plus ICPC, triple bottom line, profit plus people plus planet MTN. Foundation plus Dangote Foundation plus Tony Elumelu Foundation. Thank you and keep excelling at Lightech Academy, powered by Lightech Solutions Limited.